So the better you feel, the more in alignment with the expanded version of you are. And we want so much for you to hear those words, the expanded version of you, because there is not someone outside of you dictating who you should be or what you should do. It is only that your own life experience has caused you to intricately, definitely, specifically, and incrementally give birth to these rockets of desires. And as you do so, the larger part of you becomes it. Do you see how it works, sort of? So at all times, you have this guidance within you, your emotional guidance system, that lets you know the vibrational relationship between who you're being right now, this red hot minute, because of what you're giving your attention to, and who you really are. That vibrational relationship and its constant feedback that you are given in the form of emotions will help you to understand in every moment the thing that matters more to you than all other things put together. It lets you know how much you are allowing yourself to become who you really are. And if you are in any moment not allowing yourself to be who life, all of this life before you were born into this body, life since you've been born, life as a result of everything that you've lived and the new becoming, if you are not allowing yourself to become or to be, or at least to move in the direction of that which you have become, you don't feel so good. We've written a book a while back and gave it the best title that has ever been given to any book, anytime, anywhere, because it tells the whole story in the title. And the book is called Ask and It Is Given. When you ask, it is given every single time, no exception. It is given, it is given, it is given by the resources of Source. It is given, and law of attraction begins responding to that request in such a powerful way that it creates a current that if you are paying attention at all, you can feel the calling of this new and improved, evolved, eternal you that has become as a result of that which you are living here in physical form. It is our powerful desire that you do not underestimate the importance of you leading edge being. You're not someone here to prove worthiness, trying to catch up with some non-physical perspective. There's not some God who stands in perfection, who is now testing you to see if you've got the stuff that you can be there too. You are an extension of that energy. You are the leading edge extension, the pioneer out here exploring contrast for the purpose of coming to the new conclusion, which is responsible for the expansion of the universe. Some of you have been hearing about law of attraction, yes? And law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. And what it means is, when you offer a vibrational signal, other vibrational signals that match it must come to you. It is law. So when life causes you to know that you want more money, and you beat the drum of, I don't have enough money, and I'm really tired of not having enough money. In fact, I've never had enough money. I hardly know anybody that has enough money, except that guy over there has way more money than he deserves. Probably inherited it from somebody, probably killed somebody, probably deals drugs. It's not right that I don't have enough money. You cannot beat the drum of not enough money and be a vibrational match to the money, not only that you are asking for, but the money that the non-physical part of you has literally vibrationally become. When you ask for more money, and you have for a long time, or more of anything, when you ask for an improved life experience and you give birth to these rockets of desires, there is an amassing of these amendments to your desires, and the source energy part of you continually keeps up with the new requests and melds each and every request that you make into this magnificent point of attraction. Do you understand a point of attraction? A point of attraction means a vibrational signal that emanates, that law of attraction responds to and matches with things like it. Law of attraction says when you radiate a signal by virtue of what you're giving your attention to, as that signal emanates from you, law of attraction calls to it all other signals that match it. It's the reason that you set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. to hear what's being broadcast from 6:30 a.m. The frequencies must match up. So if you are offering a vibrational frequency of I don't have enough money, when you've been asking for plenty of money, you are preventing the very money you are asking for to come to you. But there's a much bigger story about law of attraction. And this is the thing we so want you to hear. So do you sort of understand that you are an eternal being? that you were this energy before you came forth into this physical body? And can you hear us when we say that that larger non-physical part of you still remains non-physically focused, and law of attraction is responding to that part too? So can you understand that this vibrational escrow that we're talking about is a vibrational beingness? It is literally a vibrational embodiment of the furthest most extension that you have become. So there it bees, and guess what? Law of attraction is responding to it. So all of the things that you've been asking for, this new and improved version of everything that you've been living, is they're offering a signal, because the source within you is tending to it and radiating it, offering that signal, and law of attraction is responding powerfully to that signal. So what does that mean to you in your physical form? You're here, you're thinking about something, you're offering a signal. Who you have become is offering a signal. And just for a point of clarification, which signal do you think is the most powerful? This one that is eternally being offered by you, or this one? We may have given you a small hint there. But we want you to really understand that this part of you is offering this powerful signal, and law of attraction is responding to that powerful signal, which means law of attraction is calling in all things that are a vibrational match to this evolved version of you, that which you have become. And you know what that feels like to you? That feels like a river or a current or a stream that is pulling. In other words, you can feel the sensation of this call of source if you're paying attention to it at all. Campbell said, follow your bliss, follow your bliss. And that's what he's talking about. That's what that bliss is. But sometimes, depending on the drum you're beating, you can't get a whiff of bliss. It's calling eternally, always there, bright and bold and big, and responded to by law of attraction, and always calling you. When you think about it, what would be a more natural thing to call toward the expanded version of you than you? So what happens is, since this version of you is always calling you toward it, you feel that calling, and when you go, you feel good. When you don't, you feel bad. When you worry about something, you're pulling away from it. When you are optimistic, you're moving toward it. When you are feeling appreciation, you're right there with it. When you're feeling love and joy and passion and eagerness, you're right there, a vibrational match to who you really are. But when you're frightened, you're far from it. When you are depressed, you're far from it. When you're angry, not so far, but still far. When you're optimistic, much closer. When you're hopeful, not so close. When you're doubtful, not so close. You can tell by the way you feel whether you, by virtue of what you are giving your attention to, are setting up a vibration that is flowing with who you really are, calling you together with who you are, or not. So every emotion that you've ever felt is your indicator of your alignment or not, of your allowing or resisting, of your being tuned in, tapped in, turned on, or not. Every emotion that you feel is some indication of where you are somewhere along that. Now, it's not so important where you are along that, because the stream is always flowing to who you have become. And if you will but relax and allow yourself to move in the direction of the flow, then you will find yourself closing the gap. You will find yourself feeling better and better. Everything that we teach, every book that we write, every process that we offer is toward this endeavor of helping you to come deliberately and consciously into vibrational alignment with who you are. That's the only place that you will ever discover freedom. Today we're going to be talking about that vibrational relationship that you have with so many of your ideas, and the way you practice the emanating of it until you receive a manifestation. The manifestation is only a manifestational indicator of your vibration. So often something will happen. You'll have a breakdown in your business or in your relationship or in your body, and you take it so seriously, as if everything that you've lived has caused you to come to this, and here I am, I've lived all this life, and look where I am. And we say, so what? All this condition is an indicator of your pattern of vibration, which you can change now. You could have several diagnoses that are deadly or threatening. assigned to you, which are only indicators of where you are. You got this manifestational indicator of where you are and what you've been doing vibrationally. Do something different vibrationally, and the indicator must change. And you say, well, what would I have to do? We say, you'd have to begin flowing downstream. You'd have to begin feeling better. Yeah, but what would that get me? Well, first of all, you'd feel better. Yeah, but what would that get me? Well, you'd feel a lot better. Yeah, but what would that get me? And we realize that we have a little bit of misunderstanding with so many of our physical friends who have forgotten that your purpose of life is joy. Feeling good is coming into alignment with the fullness of who you are. So, we see you, dear hearts. You take your boat down to the stream and you put it in the water and you point it upstream and you begin paddling very hard. You get really good at it. Strong muscles, determination, willpower. And we say, why not go with the flow? And our physical friends say, oh, that just seems lazy. Everyone I know is paddling very hard upstream. This is how we recognize the value in one another. How long can you keep it up? How long can you keep it up? How long can you keep it up? And often they tell us that they have also heard that not only are all the statues and plaques and monuments made for those who struggle very hard, best-selling books all about that, but after death, that's when the real rewards kick in, they say. And we always listen kindly because we know that you are sincere about everything you tell us. But we have to say to you, friends, that nothing that you want is upstream. Not one thing that you want is upstream. And the reason that we know that is because we understand the momentum of the stream. We know that you were source energy before you came forth into this body, and that you projected a part of yourself into this body, and that while here, the contrast causes you to become more, which the non-physical part of you becomes and embraces. And we know that law of attraction is responding to that further part of you, that leading edge part of you, and we know that that is the strongest current in your universe. We know that's what causes a stream, and we know that everything that you want or have ever wanted or ever will be contained in this vibrational escrow that is calling you. Everything that you want is this way. Everything that you want is downstream. So some of you say, well, we've heard you, Abraham. You've been crowing about emotions. We hear you talking about the good feeling ones, love and appreciation and joy up here where the perception of empowerment is. And we hear you talking about the not so good feeling ones like depression and fear, where the feeling of disempowerment is. And we hear you talking about all of those emotions in between. And we get it that we should be up there in the good feeling emotions. So we're just going to turn our boat in the stream, put a motor on it, and get down there where the good feeling emotions are. And we say, you've missed the point of the stream if you think that you have to put a motor on your boat. Because the stream is a very fast current. Do you know that everything is thought before it is form? Do you know that everything is thought and then form before it is manifestation? Do you understand that more than 99% of every creation is completed vibrationally before you see any physical evidence of it? So when you realize that even the world that you know as this very real thing that is turning in its orbit in perfect proximity to the other planets, it was an idea. It was an idea that was thought upon. It was an idea that was thought upon by that part of you that is non-physical. And now you are continuing the creation of it from your physical format as well as from your non-physical format. We are all in the state of eternal becoming. And when you are allowing yourself to move in the direction of who you really are, life is so good. You don't have to even get all the way to where you think you want to be. You just have to stop pulling against the current. The emotion that we would encourage that you reach for is the emotion of relief. In other words, if you're in depression and you let go of the oar, you're not going to move into bliss immediately. You'll probably move into revenge. But it's a relief to you, isn't it? Your friends liked you better when you were depressed. You were a lot less trouble. But you know that don't you feel better? Have you ever been depressed and then did you get mad? Doesn't the anger serve you? Doesn't anger feel better than the powerlessness that you felt before? And of course, we're not wanting you to stay there. If you were frustrated or overwhelmed, we would never coach you toward revenge. That's going upstream. What you're wanting to do is reach from where you are for the best feeling thought that you can find from where you are. Not the best thought you've ever thought, not the best feeling you've ever found. Just something that feels a little better. Every emotion that you feel, no matter what you think, is about your relationship with you or not.